So the 150 Irix micro lens is a very beefy camera. Let me tell you why it's a beefy camera. And let's do a comparison right now with the Pateron so you guys have a better understanding. That's the Pateron SP90mm micro lens. This is the Irix 150. As you know, this one is much chunkier. As you can see, this is using a magnesium alloy material on the bottom and plastic on the top, but it's completely dust and weather resistant. So is as the Pateron, but the Pateron is much lighter, but the Irix is much heavier. So, just for comparison. So its focus ring has a rubberized design where it has a very nice grooves in the texture of the grip. But not only that, doesn't matter what kind of hands you have, this particular lens has a very nice focus throw. It's very, very grippy. It sticks to your fingers, so you have consistent focus, accuracy, and that was key to making this lens. Now, the focus throw does lock when you line it up with this white indentation that says this is where it will lock and unlock. And as you can see, the focus throw doesn't move at all. But if I was to unlock it, as you can see, it moves once again. So Irix did approve on the focus throw because the test sample had a little bit of wiggle way like this, but very much big improvement on the lens. Very nice to have. So they will have it for Canon, Nikon, and hopefully soon for Sony. Now keep in mind that this is a manual lens. It would have digitized contacts to reach your aperture and the rear. So, but I wanted to demonstrate the focus throw on this really quickly. I'm at infinity. That's one, pull. Almost close to 2 pulls, almost a 360 rotation to get to infinity. So focusing will be longer than other micro lenses if you have any micro lenses in your arsenal, but fair to say that the focus throw on here is a little bit much longer than your typical micro lens. So to demonstrate how the focus throw on the Pateron SP90 is, as I turn it, doesn't take that much effort to get to one-to-one magnification. See? Very short throw distance. Keep in mind that this is a 77 filter thread. Your average common micro lens is about 62, 67, but this one is a 77 thread. So if you are going to put ND filters on here, 77 thread is going to do you perfectly. Okay, I want to really point out some key features on here. These white indentations, or these marks or markers, tell you how to put the tripod collar on, right? Line it up, and even on the lens hood itself, you can see where it says line it up. So fits perfectly, but when you put that lens hood over, it does tip over on the table. But this could be front heavy for mirrorless smaller cameras or just mirrorless cameras in general. So a grip will kind of balance it out as well. Just make sure you have all the accessories to hold this lens properly, and make sure that you're willing to actually hold this lens up for long periods of time, especially if you do micro photography, because it is a little bit on the weighty side. Hey guys, to give you guys a sense of the tripod collar mount on this, inside you can definitely have a nice little smooth texture inside. It's like a fabric to keep it from scratching the lens. That's a nice addition to the tripod collar mount, if I say so myself. This is really nice. So kudos to Irix for even thinking about putting some fabric on the opposite side of the tripod collar mount, because a lot of tripod collar mounts don't have fabric. It's just either made out of magnesium or aluminum. So nice to have that feature. So Irix did send me this lens for review. I cannot keep it. I wish I can because it's such a beauty to hold in the hand. Now, this is my own independent thoughts and review on the lens. So mind you that this is a 6x6 exclusive. This is going to be my take on micro lenses since I shoot a lot with micro lenses, quite a bit for portraits, landscapes, time lapses, and much more. Now, this lens in the US is around $559, which is a steal. Now, keep in mind, in Europe, it's about 630 euros. So it will differ in Australia or Asia. So keep that in mind. everyone, you have just seen all the video B-roll that I have taken with this 150mm micro f2.8 micro lens from Irix lens. Now keep in mind, this is Irix lens's first micro lens, and I have to say I am really blown away. You've seen all the images. All the images were shot in JPEG, large, extra fine. Now keep in mind, I am shooting this on a micro four thirds camera. I tried to push this lens to its max, and it would not, and I repeat, it would not want to let me down. It was either minimum or no ghosting at all in most of the images or video clips. There was no color fringing or any aberrations or focus breathing within the lens. Even though this is a manual focus lens, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. Contrast levels were really accurate and color rendition was really superb, especially on this particular camera, which is the Micro Four Thirds Yi M1 4K mirrorless camera. Now I did downsample everything to 1080p so you guys can get a good idea. I will upload the 4K footage later in the week. But is this lens right for you? I say, if you want to do any micro photography, any portraits, anything with a micro lens. Now keep in mind, micro lenses are very versatile. You may have a different experience with crop sensor and full frame, and I'm pretty sure if it can do this well with a micro four thirds camera, imagine with a crop sensor or a full frame camera. I think it will do excellent. I'm the Panda Photographer. If you like anything that you see in this video, please subscribe, like, and share the content. Leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about the video clips or the image that you have seen? Please, I really want to hear your feedback. I am not sponsored by Irix. Irix sent me this lens for review. I love this lens. By far, this is probably one of my favorite 2019 lenses choices of micro lenses that you should buy, either for Canon or Nikon. Now, I did, like I said, reported that when I talked to Irix lenses and Photo Plus in New York City, that they said they was going to talk to Sony about licensing it to make it for E-mount. But if you have an MC11 adapter, no worries. You can mount this on an E-mount, and trust me, on an E-mount, I'm pretty sure you would get outstanding performance when it comes down to image quality and video. But with that said, everyone, if you want to support what I do as a travel photographer and giving you guys real world content as a real world user, please, there's a PayPal donation link down in the description below. It really helps keep the lights on here at 646studios.com. With that said, eat, sleep, photography, videography, and repeat. And I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. Happy shooting.